This is a summary of 1984, Book 1, Chapter 7 summary with Mrs. Geimer for her E&L students, provided by SparkNotes. Winston writes in his diary that if there is hope in overthrowing the party or the government and Big Brother, then that would be with the proles. The proles are the poor people of the district. They are 85% of the population of Oceania. And he realizes that they could be the strength to overthrow the government. Unfortunately, the proles are untouched by the party. They're not smart enough. They're always drunk. They're uneducated. They're poor. So unfortunately, they're too drunk typically to revolt and do anything. Winston realizes that when the past is erased and the erasure is forgotten, the lie becomes truth. Very similar to something in the last chapter. Winston then also remembers a time when he had proof that the party was changing its history. Unfortunately, he destroyed the proof. He wonders whether the mind is even controllable to be brainwashed. But he thinks freedom is the freedom to think. And he thinks, oh, maybe I should give my diary to that guy at work who I think is smart, O'Brien. Then you get to Book 1, Chapter 8. Winston goes into the prole streets because he wants to see what their life is like. And he wishes he could be like them and be ignorant and free and drunk. He has a conversation with the old man about life before the party. They took over the government, but the man is too old and too drunk to be able to talk to him about it. Then Winston goes to a little secondhand store where they sell little items and trinkets in the prole district, and that's where he bought his diary. And that man that owns the store, Mr. Carrington, Winston buys a paperweight made of glass that has a little pink coral in it, which sounds stupid, but remember, he likes it because it's useless, it has a link to the past, and they can't own things anyway. So he's very excited about this stupid little paperweight. Winston then gets led upstairs to a room, and Mr. Carrington shows it to him. The room is now abandoned. Winston sees there are no telescreens on the wall except for a print of some church hanging there, which is going to be important later. And he decides, maybe I should rent this room so I could be alone in private later. So he thinks about that, but he doesn't ask just yet. On the way home, Winston sees a party member in the blue overalls, which is the party or government uniform. And he realizes it's the brunette or dark-haired coworker that he thought was kind of hot. It, in his mind, confirms that she was probably spying on him or likes him. He's not sure which. But at that point, he's too scared to do anything, so he runs home. He decides to try to write in his diary. Unfortunately, he's too tired, and he hasn't been thinking on his own long enough, so he has no real original thought. So the only thing he's really can write down are the party slogans, which is really sad. And that concludes Book 1, or Part 1 of 1984.